Good day, everyone, especially to our beloved teacher, Ma'am Vern Escorial. It is a great honor to be your student at this subject, and Merry Christmas to you, ma'am, and also to your family. Thank you for having us in your class, and your patience to us and your dedication to your teaching career. And today I'm going to present to you my presentation, The War to End All Wars. And I will be discussing the one of the most important and devastating event in the modern history, the World War One, also known as the War to End All Wars. And this global conflict lasted from 1914 to 1918 and involved many of the world's major powers. At this time, people believed this war would be finally end in a large-scale conflict between so many nations. However, instead of bringing lasting peace, it reshaped the world and led to even greater destruction in the future. The World War One was not caused by a single event alone. Okay, it is by a develop of many years due to rising tension in Europe. Now, the historian summarized the main cause using the acronym MAIN, which stands for militarism, alliance, imperialism, and nationalism. Now, when we say nationalism, it refers to, the deep devotions to the one's nation. The European countries believe that they were superior during these times and competed intensely for power, influence, and territory. While militarism or militar meant to the glorification of the military strength. By 1914, the great power had large standing armies and detailed plans for rapid mobilization. Imperialism also is meaning it increased rivalry and nations competed fiercely for colonialize in Africa and Asia. And finally, the alliance were formed to maintain peace, but instead it created dangerous web of military agreements that guaranteed any small conflict that should quickly spread. Okay? The immediate part ignite in the war occurred on June 28, 1914 in Sarajevo, Bosnia, if I say it correctly. The Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary and his wife were assassinated by Gavrilo Princip, a 19 years old Serbian, he is nationalist, connected to the secret group as the Black Hand. And that time, Bosnia was under Austrian control, but many Slavic people, living there, wanted independence and hoped to unite Serbia. So Franz Ferdinand, as the heirs to the Austro-Hungarian throne, symbolized the foreign rule and oppression. His assassinations was meant to promote Serbian nationalism and resistance against the Austrian control. Austria-Hungarian blamed Serbia for the attack used the assassination as the justification to issue a harsh ultimatum. When Serbia failed to fully comply, Austria-Hungary declared war on July 28, 1914. Okay? This declaration caused a domino effect. Number one, the Russia mobilized to support Serbia. And secondly, German allied with Austria-Hungary and declared war on Russia and went on France. Germany's invasion on neutral Belgium prompted Great Britain to declare war on Germany. What began as a regional conflict quickly became a global war. So the two major alliances fought in World War I, and the central power include Germany and Austria-Hungary, later joined by Bulgaria and the Ottoman Empire. So they were located in the heart of the Europe, and the allied power include Great Britain, France, and Russia, later joined Italy and Japan. So these alliances surrounded by the central power and turned into the war into a massive international struggle. The World War I became the war of attribution, because they were in each other's side, tried to wear the other down through continuous fighting. So this result in the massive casualty and very small territorial gains. The Battle of Verdun alone caused 600 casualty, while the Battle of Somme, if I say it correctly, resulted in more than 1 million casualty. Can you imagine that? The fear, exhaustion, and the death became constant companions of the soldier. Most of the fighting took place in the trench. Life in the trenches was miserable. The soldier endured mud, rats, diseases, and constant shelling. A French soldier described how trenches disappeared under the explosions of the air was filled with death. The battlefield stretched across 500-mile western front, turning into a vast and deadly zone. The Germany attempted to win the war quickly using the Schlieffen Plan, but this strategy failed at the First Battle of the Marne. As a result, both sides dug in, leading to trench warfare and a long, deadly stalemate. New military technology made the war even more destructive. They have the poison gas, the first used by the Germans, caused blindness and severe burns and death by choking, and also tanks introduced by the British in 1916 were designed to cross difficult terrain. Machine guns were charged across No Man's Island, almost suicidal. German U-boats or submarines dominated naval warfare. So, instead of creating a fast-moving war, technology only increased the scale of killings. World War I also became a global conflict. British and French forces seized Germany's colonies in Africa and Asia. And soldiers and laborers were recruited from the colonies such as India, South Africa, Senegal, and Indochina, showing that the war affected people far beyond Europe. And the United States eventually entered the war for the two main reasons. First was unrestricted submarine warfare, where the German U-boats sank any ship near Britain, including the passengers ship, Lusitania in 1915, killing 128 Americans at the time. Second was the Zimmermann Note in 1917, in which Germany offered to help Mexico to regain US territory if they joined the war against the United States. Okay? As the result, on April 2, 1917, President Woodrow Wilson asked Congress to declare war on Germany. The war also affected civilians through total war government that took control of the nation's or the national's resources, converted factories to produce weapons, and enforced rationing of food and goods. Propaganda was used to maintain morale and demonize the enemy. In 1918, the war began to end. Russia withdrew after signing the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Germany launched the final offensive but was stopped at the Second Battle of the Marne, where Allied forces were reinforced by the American troops, and one by one, the Central Power surrendered and fighting officially stopped with the signing of armistice on November 11, 1918. The peace settled was the shape of the Big Four, including Woodrow Wilson of the United States and George Clementius of France. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, created the League of Nations, imposed territorial losses on Germany, restricted its military, and include the War Guilt Clause, forcing Germany to accept full responsibility for the war and pay reparations. Instead of bringing peace, the treaty created resentment and bitterness. Germany felt humiliated and the United States rejected the treaty. Colonial peoples were denied independence, and countries like Italy and Japan felt unfairly treated. And in this conclusion, although the World War I was called the war to end all wars, it failed to achieve lasting peace. The unresolved tensions and the harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles led to a fragile peace that lasted only about 20 years. In 1939, the world was once again plunged into an even deadlier conflict. World War II. The history of World War I reminds us that unfair peace and unresolved conflict can shape the course of future in tragic ways. Thank you for your listening.